Hi, this is Anna Imagination with the Healing Gardens, and welcome to the Subconscious Dialogue. So, this is where I'm just gonna whew, within the vortex. I have entered this state several times, and I'm not sure what it is. So, instead of freaking out like I usually do and getting high, I'm gonna sit in it and explore it and talk to you about it. I think what I'm feeling, I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know. That's what we're going to explore. So, this is what's going on with me. I have no idea. I have no idea. It started with a feeling, and then the feeling just kind of bubbled over and rolled over, and then it just filled my entire body. And right now, I feel like I'm high, but I'm not. I feel a lot of activity going on in the back of my head, and I feel like I am totally high right now on marijuana, but I'm not. And if I had to put any kind of a name for it, it would be that I stepped into the vortex, like I slid right down into it. And it just this massive euphoric, I am home, just settled all over my body. I can feel it mostly in my palms. And I am just dumping energy right now. Now, one of the weirdest things about this is my saliva. It's like I can taste not metallic, not pennies, but it tastes metal in my mouth. So there's something going on, and that's okay. And this is a normal thing for me. This happens about once a week for me, literally on the weekends, like usually on Sundays it hits, which is why I usually keep a light day on Sundays, is because this happens and I'm going, what the fuck is this? And usually I go, okay, I run away and I just grab the marijuana and then I get high for the day. But I don't want to do that today. Today, I want to just kind of sit and talk about it and think about it. And I can tell you, it's usually on Sundays I have epiphanies because I reset and I know how to reset. What I do for my reset is I just relax. I take the day off. I assess my week. I have joy bubble up inside of me. Joy is love. It just bubbles right up inside of me. And then I go, everything with my relationship is perfect. And it's the first time in a long time where it's been consistently perfect. I have had an astounding week. Last Sunday, I saw him. It was the first time in 4 months I have seen him because we had to do like a whole, let's separate, let's settle things down. And now it was this massive shift. On Tuesday, Wednesday, I was, things happened and it was wonderful. But since then, I've just been in this, I found the now. That's what it is. I found the now and I settled into the now and then I just stayed there. And it's the longest I've ever been stable. This is really big. With triadic healing, with any kind of healing, you're basically, there's the authenticity and then there's the expectations. This is all this is. There's your authenticity and the expectations of others. And there's a perspective war happening. And when you grow up, when you are born, you are immediately put into this expectation and your identity suffers. So this is basically, you're born in this expectation, just this is it. And then you fight for it. And there's like this war going on between your parents and you. And especially when you're a teenager, it does this. And then your parents do this, and then you conform. And then you go about life like this. And then you have a midlife crisis and you can't stand it anymore. And that's when you go off and you do crazy things that aren't crazy at all. It's just your identity coming out. And you are free. But then you feel like your legs have been broken and you do this toggling thing. You're inconsistent. You'll go off and you do your thing. And then the subconscious mind will say, no, you have to do this. And then you'll do this for the rest of your life. And if you're dealing with trauma as well, like legit physical or sexual abuse, that's a whole nother monster that you're contending with. But honestly, and this is really horrible to say, but the sexual abuse and the physical abuse is actually small potatoes in comparison to the perspective abuse. But because they are so intertwined, you can't tell the difference. When you have a solid perspective and you're raped, the rape is really, it barely affects you because you have such a solid perspective. And that's the point. When you are so healthy, so solid, abuse feels like nothing because you are that solid. The real abuse is you losing yourself. But if you have a strong sense of identity, the abuse just slides right off of you, which is why I was able to overcome a rape in 10 days, because you have to have a strong identity. But when you are grown up with this massive expectation versus your authenticity and you have no identity, oh, the abuse is a big deal. Absolutely. So when for me, this is how it was for me. So take it for however you can use this information. For me, it was always, here's my identity, and my parents put this expectation, and the power struggle between my parents and I was more like this. And I did not conform, which is why I was abused so much. And I just withstood against it. So it was more like this for me. It was never like this. It was always like this until 9/11. When 9/11 happened and I was raped, uh-uh, I lost it. That was my breaking point. So right up until 9/11, I was this massive no, and I fought it. When I was 16, my father gave me the silent treatment. I ran away. When I was 15, okay, I ran away like 4 times when I was a kid. I ran away when I was 8. I ran away again when I was like 15. I ran away a lot. And there was this massive face off at 16 when I ran away and I was gone for 3 days. And I did a whole, I'm not coming home until you respect my fucking perspective. I did this. I'm very proud of me. And we finally came to an agreement. I did go home. I was gone for 3 days. And when I came back, it was like you keep your fucking perspective off of me. But my father gave me the silent treatment and did not speak to me again. It was like that was the day that my paternal father broke, and it was an understanding of, you don't own me. So I was like this. And then on 9/11, when I was raped, I lost it. And so it did this. And I was this way for 20 years, about 15 years. That's when I finally said, I can't take this anymore. So I was totally like this for 15 years. And then in 2015, I started to do this again. And then I got to the point, and I had a horribly abusive husband at that point. And when I finally got out, it was oh, he's going to terrorize my children if I don't obey. So it was like this. And then in 2020, he threw me away and I ran for the hills. I'm like, I'm gone. And then I was like this. There were no societal expectations, but I had to deal with the trauma. And that's when the subconscious mind started to do this. So it wasn't my abuse versus me. It wasn't any abusers or any expectations versus me. It was my own subconscious mind versus me. And this is where healing comes in. This is where we all feel when we get out of the trauma. It's no longer between you and your abuser. It's between you and your subconscious mind. This is a really important perspective that you need to seriously internalize, that it's no longer you versus your abuser. It's you versus your subconscious mind. So it was me versus my mind. And I learned how to basically overcome my subconscious mind, BDSM discipline the shit out of that subconscious mind and put it in its place. So when I put it in my place, when I put it in its place, then it was like, okay, but the subconscious mind would have an episode. That's the fear system kicking on. And no, you got to put it back in your place. And it was like this toggling. And I did this every 2 to 3 weeks. Every 2 to 3 weeks. I noticed it started off at 7 to 10 days, and then it went to every 3 to 4 weeks, was the subconscious mind. And now I'm like, rah. Now, and it was literally April of this year is when I finally done. And then it started to come up, no. And this is healing. This is what you learn in Triadic healing. When you finally get to this point, it'll start to rise up, no. And finally it's down. And I'm this pinnacle of strength now, of this is me, this is certainty, and this is submissive. It's my little bitch. My subconscious mind is now my little bitch. This is what it is. And I'm fine now. And this is permanently submissive. And the fear is gone. So, but it keeps fighting me. And it's retaining dominance of your identity over your subconscious mind. That's what this is. This is why I pull so much from BDSM, because this is an absolute power struggle between your subconscious mind and your identity. Your identity has to become more powerful, more strong, more authoritative than your subconscious mind. And in order to do that, you have to soothe the fear system. You have to understand the trauma. You have to release the trauma through understanding it. And you have to solidify you and your defense system. That's how it's done. And that's all Triadic healing walks you through. So I'm now in this pinnacle of strength where I'm like, I know who I am. I know what my perspective is. I claim my perspective. And when that happened, boom, this immediately became submissive. And when it rises up now, it's a very mild, I'm nervous about, no. No. And it became a contest of me thinking about the future. I'm sorry, me thinking about the past and then me thinking about the future. And when I got into the now, that's when this totally gone. So it's not just your identity and your authority. You also have to be in the present. As soon as that happened, I've been like, it's been 4 solid days of consistent this. I have never had a streak this long. This is fantastic. Usually I do this every day. Every day I have to do something. There was a moment about a month ago, no, 2 months ago, where I felt the polarity in my subconscious mind shift from negative to positive. So that now when I think negative, my subconscious mind switches it over to positive. So subconsciously, I don't have to become vigilant anymore because I've got the programming already in my head. So there's that aspect. There was the negativity versus the positivity thinking. The second part of that was the authoritative role that my identity now takes. And the third part of it was the now, being in the now. And that was the final point. So when you are struggling with dominance in your mind, you are dealing with being in the now. You are dealing with the positive versus the negative emotional mental environment. EME is what I call it, emotional mental environment. That's whether or not the majority of your thoughts are negative thoughts or whether or not the majority of your thoughts are positive thoughts. That is your emotional mental environment. You want them to be primarily positive. And they're born, when you're born, they're primarily positive. It's the abuse and your parents' conditioning that switches it over to negative. So you end up with a negative emotional mental environment. And then the third part is your authority. It's your dominance of authority, establishing the dominance over your subconscious mind. So those are the three magic triad. This is why it's called triadic healing. That is the three magic sweet spots of balanced, aligned, optimum mental health. Is when you have established authority and dominance over your subconscious mind. You have switched the thinking of your emotional mental environment from negative over to consistently positive, and you are in the now. So that's where I'm at. I've been here for 4 days now, and it's been consistent, solid, balanced. Now I am free. And I'm sitting here going, okay, everything's balanced. And the beautiful thing is, all of this shit takes mental energy if it's negative, if you're in the past or the future, if your subconscious mind has dominance. When you have any one of those things out of alignment, it requires so much mental energy. This is really important. That is why you can't pay your bills. That is why you struggle answering the phone. That is why you have anxiety when you go to make a simple phone call. That is why you have social anxiety. That is why you can't keep a job. That is why you can't stay focused. That is why you struggle going to sleep at night. It's because all of those three things that are out of balance require so much mental energy that you're tapped out. It takes all of your mental space to manage that bullshit so that when you finally get it all balanced, there's no energy. Like there is so much energy retained. Suddenly you get all of that energy. And now you have a surplus of energy. And your brain's going, wow, I don't have to remain constantly hyper vigilant to keep my thoughts positive. They're just doing it automatically. Wow, I don't have to remain constantly positive and constantly vigilant to make sure I stay present in the now. Wow. Wow, I don't have to remain constantly vigilant to make sure my subconscious mind and my fear system remain submissive. Wow. Look at all of my mental space. Suddenly your energy spikes through the roof. Oh my God, it feels so good. Suddenly you have all of this energy and you're going, brrr, brrr. Really, this is my life right now. It's me going, brrr, and you're running all over the place because you're just like energy, because you're freed up. So now I'm going, all right, now that I can think, let's take the garden and break down the garden. What am I going to do with this garden now? And suddenly everything is easy. Everything is simple. And the funny thing is, this is the irony. The irony. I did 40 years of boulder lifting, mental boulder lifting. And you are too. Everyone does this. When you are dealing with all of your mental shit and all of these expectations, you are like, your brain, your mental system is a superhero. It's equivalent to lifting these massive boulders. It's like the movie Encanto, when you see that strong sister carrying all the donkeys That's you. Mentally, that is what you are doing. You are carrying around all these donkeys and you can't break. And you are constantly just pushing and doing all of these mental work. So you are a fucking warrior. You just don't know it because you are like hefting boulders of burden wherever you go. And when you finally get this in a balance, suddenly you've got these massive mental muscles and nothing to lift. So suddenly you're like, you feel like a god. You feel like you've got this massive superpower. Like, whoa, what am I going to do? And you can do anything because the energy surplus is ridiculously abundant in your brain. It's wonderful. So that's where I'm at. And there's a side effect now. And the side effect is just by thinking about happy thoughts now, I feel the vortex. I'm just like, it's pumping through me. And I'm just like, yes, taking all the juice. And it's giving me this mental high because I've got all of this excess space now. And I think that's what's happening to me. So on Sundays, I'm just like taking all that extra space in. So I'm looking at my schedule. I finally have the mental capacity to write down my work schedule, which is something I did not have the ability to do even a couple weeks ago because I had so much anxiety over the thought of, oh my God, a work schedule. And now I'm going, really, what's my work schedule? I do podcasting first thing in the morning. I do that until about noon. And then I do my workshops on Tuesday. Literally, I do my workshops on Tuesday, Journey into the Self at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm done. I do my meditations. And that's what I'm doing now is I'm trying to figure out my meditations. And the more I realize this, the more I'm like, wow, there's really nothing for me. I can chill, I can unwind, and I can just feel the stress just leave. It's a very light, easy, simple, enjoyable schedule. And I have my clients where, now when my clients call or text, I'm available and I can just be like, yeah, how you doing? Like checking in. Here, let me write you a couple things and I'll send that on over to you. So suddenly I have this massive amount of mental freedom, mental space that I can just plug into and it's not a problem. It just, everything absolutely flows so easily. And the goal is to get you there. The goal is to get everybody there so that you have the presence of now, you have your thinking switched over, your emotional mental environment switched over to that positive, and you have dominance, your authority and dominance are established not with your subconscious mind, but with your identity. And oh my God, is it a phenomenal plane of existence? So I'm getting ready to do Love Burn. I'm putting that together. I have a camp and I'm like organizing everything now. And I'm going, okay, keep it simple. Let's simplify this. And that's really what I'm doing today is I'm simplifying the garden. I'm cutting out all of the bullshit. I'm organizing the chaos and making sure it's all set up. And yeah, for the Triadic healing, it's just now taking on clients for the one-on-one walkthrough with Triadic healing or in doing those workshops, Journey into the Self. And that's it really. And then, yeah, for the podcasts, oh my God, I love those. I absolutely love the podcasts. So that's going through. As far as the public speaking, I think that's going to be if it happens, it happens. I don't think I'm going to proactively pursue it because it's not like oh, I got to do this. It's I'd like to do that. I'd love to do that. I think I'd enjoy it. But the concept of doing it just for the sake of like pushing it out there and no, I don't think so. No, I think I'm just gonna, I know I'm gonna go viral. And I know once this channel goes viral, it's gonna be a game changer. I know that. So it's just a matter of keeping the material going, keeping the consistency going. It's gonna catch on. I'm already starting to see a massive pickup. Like the comments that are coming in, the notifications it's grown like easily 700%. It literally has seen 700% growth. And I've been watching my statistics and it's going like this. And I'm going, oh yeah, it's on the right track. I just got to be patient. So that's not a problem. So, and what I'm doing now, and this is it really is what I'm doing is if you own a business that is wellness centered, I have a list. It's literally get on Anna's list and it's going to be $1,000 for a year, I believe. I don't know how much I'm going to charge for it. I think I'm going to start with $1,000 for a year. And it's basically putting your name or your business on my list so that when I make recommendations and I say, hey, here's my resources. If I don't offer it, these businesses do. People can now access you. So I'm going to go ahead and offer that for $1,000 to be put on my list. It's called Anna Recommends. And yeah, that's it right there. Anna Recommends. So if there is something that, if you are a client of mine or if you are just looking for additional resources and the garden doesn't provide it, you can grab a look at this list and pull whoever you want off the list. If you are a business and you want to be on the list, it's $1,000 per year for you to be on the list. And that will get you any referrals. You keep 100% of your profits. You just get on the list, and then my people go through my list to you. So, yeah, that's it. That's it right there. It's and that's going to get prime placement on my website. So, if I don't offer it, then that resource list will. So, that's now available for businesses. And go ahead and hit the link tree below, hit message Anna, and then just explain that you want to get onto my list and I will add you to the list. So my big thing right now is I have Loveburn coming up, and oh my God, I am so excited about that. I also have my field trips. I have getaway resorts for healing that are. I'm just so excited about this, and that's all coming in 2024. I have my healing app coming. When my healing app comes along, the Healing Garden, it's going to be Triadic Healing transferred right over to the app. So that's coming, and again, I'm very excited for that. So there's a lot going. I'm also looking for sponsorship. So if you are interested in sponsoring the garden, that is something, absolutely reach out to me, contact me. That is something I absolutely am looking for at this time, is to get sponsorship so I can get the Triadic healing. I want to kick up the quality of my videos, like kick up the quality of everything. So we're looking at increasing the quality and getting that out there. So it's just, there's a lot happening and it's all coming together absolutely beautiful. So I think simplifying it and getting my schedule really solid and established is what I've been needing to focus on, and it feels really good to finally lock that in. And my schedule is going to be available on my website, probably in my link tree, not so much my website, where you can go in and take a look at my schedule and you can see, oh, there everything is. So, and that's the other thing, is there's a lot, like when you go to my website now, and I think this is something I'm going to do because I love my link tree so fucking much. I love my link tree more than my website at this point. So for resources, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. I'm going to change resources so that it immediately switches right over to, yeah. And if you click on resources, that's the list of, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about all this. That's the treasure map. Yeah, I know exactly how I'm going to do this. So a lot of things are just clicking into place. The simplicity. The garden is going to get really, really simple. It's starting to really break down. So yeah, everything is just falling into place. And I guess this is my weekly Sunday update of news, bulletins, announcements. So, and that's really it. God, I feel so fucking good. I feel so fucking good. And I love it when you find the vortex, when you slip into the vortex and you can just feel the energy juice just pumping through. And this is it. This is the feeling, is when you finally align to your own authenticity. It's a song. It's literally like a vibration. It is a vibrational frequency. And then that plugs you so in tune with what the energy wants. You've aligned yourself. So imagine the energy is just shifting and moving, and you're doing this against it. It's going to fucking hurt. And then you find the rhythm, and now you're doing this. And that's the abundance. It's because you're finally moving with this massive energy. And because you are so tuned in and aligned to it, it became my priority of, I really don't give a shit what anyone else is doing. My God, my religion, my being is this energy. And my life is fantastic when I'm aligned with the energy. So that's what I care about, is the energy, like the energy. And the energy, my love is just purges, like it just merges out of this energy. So it's like, here's the energy and here's the love. And then there's my ethics. And then there's my beliefs. And it all, the core is this energy. So once, oh my God, it's just a wonderful place of existence. It really is such a wonderful place of existence. Yeah. So to ensure I am the face and the archetype of authentic living. That is it. That is it. And I live by example. I lead by example. And true authenticity is being so tuned into this energy and so being tuned in with what you love and what you want and then doing what it is you want. That's it. That's it. And it's just, oh, I love the abundance. So I hook up to this massive energy field, and I think that's what I'm feeling is just the energy vibrating all of the little, yeah, and I can feel that metallic stuff still. Like it's in the back of my throat, and it's like, yeah, it's extraordinary. And it's just electrical current. That's really all it is. Right now, it's just electrical current. One day, I'm going to get myself a scientist, and they're going to be like, "Can I just play with your brain?" And I'm going to be like, "Yes, please, light me up like a Christmas tree." And they're going to put like little magnetic things all over my spine and my brain, and they're going to monitor it. And they're going to give me instructions, and I'm just going to be like, "I'm absorbing the energy, man." Because I got to see this. This is something I'm very excited about. Very, very excited about it. So if any of this stuff interests you, take a look at my video below. Like, subscribe, comment, follow, share if there's somebody you know who can resonate with us. And what do you resonate with? Comment on the video below. Let me know what resonated with you. If you have any requests for videos, any problems that you want me to troubleshoot, absolutely. I love analyzing stuff. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, that is now available for Triadic Healing walkthroughs. Woohoo! And I have my workshop Tuesdays. I'm going to change it over to Tuesdays because I prefer Tuesdays. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday nights, I do my Journey into the Self workshops. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sign up. It is $140 a month or $1,200 a year, and that gives you full access to Journey into the Self. It's a 3-hour workshop. I say 3 hours, but it's at least 3 hours. It's indefinite. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it goes the whole night. It goes until probably 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, it'll be 7 hours. Yeah, so yeah, I would say 3 to 7 hours. Every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's for Journey into the Self. I do workshops. I talk about pretty much any topic you want. I do one-on-ones. I do Q&As, troubleshootings. It's a workshop group where we're all live on Zoom and you bombard me with whatever it is you want to know. And I will have my own presentation that I do that's about an hour long. And then it's followed with Q&A, and then you can pull apart whatever you want. It's a very casual setting. It's a wonderful environment to just sit down and pull this apart. And I do mean casual, like bring wine, smoke weed, whatever you want. It's chill. It's absolutely lax. I don't believe in professionalism. I'm going to be very blunt with you. Professionalism is a patriarchy abusive tool. I do not acknowledge professionalism. It's garbage. I am not at a wedding. I don't have to clean myself up as I am. That is my philosophy. It's called As I Am. And I embrace and encourage all of you to practice that as well, as I am. If you want to dress up because you want to dress up. Professionalism is not something that you should be enforcing on other people. It's something that you should only do when you want to do it. If you want to show up wearing a wedding dress, show up wearing a wedding dress. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care what you are, you as you are. So that is my philosophy, and that is what I practice, and that is what I hold every person in this world to is as I am philosophy. That is my expectation on you. Be yourself. So I have that. It's all down on the link tree below. And of course, I have my field trips. If you are a burner and you are going to love burn, join my camp. I'm very excited. I have 25 slots available, and that is Sunshine Imagination Adventures. It is a full celebration. Let me just go ahead and read this to you because I'm going to Loveburn. I have a camp and it has been approved. I have 25 slots available. Sunshine Imagination Adventures. This is full nudity and exhibitionism. It is a shrine to authentic nonconformity and healing through the celebration of the identity. This is whimsical. Whatever happens, happens. Welcome to my little society outside of the patriarchy. Let me know if you are interested. And that is now available. You will have to buy your own Loveburn ticket. And I do have 10 tickets that I am getting. So if you need a ticket, let me know. But that's going to go for like prime. Like I have 2 tickets for people. So I have my own ticket and one for other person. So I have like 8 tickets left. So if you are interested in joining my camp, Sunshine Imagination Adventures, this is for nonconformists, LGBTQIA and or nudist exhibitionists. This is a full nude camp. It is in the quiet zone because yeah, I'll have my own little speaker, and yeah, that's going to be most likely the environment. So Um, Absolutely. Let me know if you're interested in that. Sign up. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, by the way, a love burn happens in Miami, just an FYI. But if you're a burner, you probably already know that. So thank you so much. And like I said, like, subscribe, follow, share, comment below. Let me know what's going on. Donate to the garden, help us grow. And may the kindest of words always find you. Thank you so much.